that. Right, so in this morning session with Swani, she showed you how to go and create corporate accounts, and she showed you how to create individual accounts, how to link them, and all those kind of nice things. My job now is to show you how to do quotes and how to do bookings. Now, you must please forgive me. My data is brand new. You'll notice if I go into my contact screen that I really only have like 2 or 3 accounts created. So if you do get errors and you want to reschedule and have it for 2 o'clock, I promise you by 2 o'clock I will have a nice data set here. So sorry about that. Okay, so to do quotes, we're going to go to File. And you can either say New Quote, and you can see it's 3 little pages, or you can click on your icon at the top on the menu bar. So the menu bar will do pretty much everything that the file menu will do for you. So in my instance, we're going to go into a new quote, and at the client, we're going to go and select who the actual traveler would be. Okay, now remember, if you have a business, underneath the business, you need travelers. Those travelers are referred to as individuals, okay? Because although we conduct business on behalf of a legal entity, we are the actual client that will be doing the traveling. Okay, so I'm going to select myself right now. Underneath my status, I can then decide, is this a new one? Is it a converted to a sale? What is the status of this quote that I'm doing right now? And we all agree there's nothing on it, so it is pretty much a brand new quote. I think, oh, it is working, thank heavens. Underneath your destination, you have all these various destinations loaded. You might have some more, depending on whether you've set them up in your Frontdesk system. And if you don't know where to set them up, I will quickly glance over it at this afternoon's meeting. So quite simply select where the client is supposed to travel. And at the type, how are you going to present this particular quote? So will the client collect it? Is it an email, faxed? I can't believe we still have faxed, but that's besides the point, I suppose, hey? Posted or verbal. So however you want to present this to your client, select that. And then, of course, at your source or advert, is this a repeat client? Is it a walk-in? Is it friends, families, etc.? Now, again, as I said earlier on, your destinations and sources can be set up. So if you don't like what we've put in here, we can add quite a few others for you. And I will quickly glance over that this afternoon. Okay. I'm just going to say it's friends and family. Pretend I am my own best friend. And then, of course, consultants, I'm going to select who the consultant is that's going to handle this particular booking. Right. Now, at this point in time, I can either go into a free format, and you'll see there's a nice free format button here on the right-hand side, where I can type in whatever I want. So I can do it like this. And then select whether it's domestic or international flags. And of course, the total package price. Now, in this quote body that says full details, including the cost, okay, I can quite literally go and copy from an email and paste it in here. So I can copy any nonsense, and the system will actually put it in there. I'm just going to do this right now. Otherwise, I can go and copy the email. I'll show you quickly. I don't have any. Why is my screen not answering me? It's very naughty. I can literally just go and copy anything, and I'm going to just show you really literally any nonsense. Quite simply copy from your email and paste. Now, once you've copied, and this is normally a very good idea if you want to copy from one of your tour operators, such as Thompson's. I don't know who's still in existence, to be honest with you nowadays, but if you want to copy from Thompson's or Kalula Holidays or anything like that, the nice thing, as you can see, it's literally free format, and you can type in and remove whatever you want or don't need. Okay, once you've done that and you want to view your quote, simply click on print or view quote. And then very important, at the style, decide what kind of style you want. Should it be a corporate? Should it be a leisure? Is it for domestic or is it for international travel? Now, you'll agree with me, Europe should be international. Hopefully my geography is going to be cool. Click on the system, say OK. And I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to drag it over here if my mouse is going to allow me. And this is what your travel quote looks like. So whatever gibberish you put in here from your mails that you've copied will come in here. It is not structured. It looks very informal. And if you don't like the look of the actual quote, then I would strongly suggest rather look at structured quotes. And we'll have a discussion on that just now. So you've got Zanzibar, you've got everything I've copied in there, your standard terms and conditions agree. And can you notice something is missing in here? Has anybody noticed if anything is missing? I'm going to show Frontdesk. Can you see that in here I've said the total is 50,000 Rand? Did you notice that it didn't appear on here? Anybody notice? Yeah. Why is that? Why do we allow you to capture an amount in here, but we don't physically show it into the quote? Because that is really just a summary for you to know. Okay, so it won't appear. So if you want pricing or anything, you're going to have to put it in your quote body. Okay. If we now look at our quote, hopefully it's going to look a little bit better. And there's your pricing down here. Okay, so it's small things like that that you're going to have to unfortunately remember. As I say, it's quite nice because you can copy and paste, and you'll agree with me, if you copy and paste from a tour operator quote, it will definitely have the pricing details in there, and it's normally right at the top. But if you're typing up like I did here, and you're putting in anything there, please remember that you will have to put the pricing in again if you're not doing the copy-paste thing. Right, now straight from here, I can also open this. And this is where I can go and decide if I want to make things bold and big and italic and all of that. So let's say this pricing is basically disappearing in my quote. If I want to change my pricing, I can go to formatting, and I can go and decide whether I want to increase the font size or actually bold it. Once I've saved it, it's not going to look very nice here, but this is basically HTML coding. When you view it, it should give us the desired results, and it actually does. I'm going to show it to you right now. And now you can see that the pricing is nicely bolded and that the pricing is a bit bigger. So it does give you a little bit of flexibility to change fonts, etc. Back in here, again, if I want to change something, maybe want to highlight Hi Michelle, I can go into formatting, I can center it, so it'll appear in the center of my document. I can do italic, maybe this is a nice strip that I want to do. Again, in formatting, I can select underline. And the nice thing, it also has spell check. So it will refer to your spell checker and check if there's anything wrong. It's not going to do grammar, but at least it does spell check. Change it again. And you can see there's Hi Michelle. It's now centered. We have some underlining and we have some italics. Right, so it is a way of dollying up your quotes. It's another way of making it look a bit more structured if you do need it. As I said to you, I'm not a big fan. I understand the free format. I understand the need for free format because it's far easier to copy and paste. I'm not a fan of it because I don't think it looks nice, but that's a company decision that all of you will need to do. Now, once you've done that, simply click on Save. And you will find all your quotes in the quotes register. So if you want to see what you've done, highlight and print. I'm sorry, I'm working on two screens, so it keeps on opening on my default screen, which is the left side. And there it is. Okay, so at least it will save it for you in a register, and you can go and have a look at that. If you also want to open it and maybe make a change, you can open and whatever changes you want to do, you can make changes, and of course then you can save. So now view, system opens up. Sorry, it's on the left-hand side again. You can see that's a very important document, that, hey? Don't know what it means, but it's something. All right. Any questions regarding free format training on quotes? Anything that you want me to touch whilst we're on the free format, or can I move on to structured quotes? No questions? Not even half a one? All good. Thank you very much, Rona. Okie dokes. Now, the next option that we have is a structured quote. As I said to you, I quite like it. It looks nice, it looks neat, but a lot of people complain that it takes too long. Okay, I'm going to show you again. Status, we'll set to new. I really could do with the Indian Ocean Island right now. This time I was phoned via telephone, and we will email the client. Now in here, you will literally go and add every single transaction. So if it's an air ticket, you're going to click on air ticket, type in the passenger's details, select the airline, and you can notice you can either type in 083 and the system will find it as South African Airways, or you can start typing in the name and the system will find the closest match for you. So either or will be allowed in there. Again, international or domestic. I just want to change that to SAA. Sorry about that. Oh no, that's not going to work. And then, of course, the nice thing with your structured quotes, you can have quote options. So if you want to create up to 9 different options, it's quite easy to do that. So start with option 1. And my suggestion to you is to always use tab to get through to the next field, because if you don't, and you click your mouse and you're not absolutely on the left-hand side, the minute you start typing, it's going to frustrate you to no end, because guess what? It will start typing where that mouse is, and that's not really something you want. So use your tab. Just want to get rid of all my nonsense I've had. Enter your class, departure date, return date, and the excluding fare. I have no idea what the fares are like. Are they still so expensive? Right. Once you've done that, you can then say which taxes are inclusive of VAT on your ZA and your UM fare. And I'm just going to say 480 Rand. If it's wrong, so sorry. Right. Now, your restrictions would generally be your rules, where maximum validity, the ticket's only valid for a minimum of 2 days stay, maximum 3 days, cancellation penalties, anything like that. And that's what you will literally type in here. Yeah. See? Something like that. Right. Once you're done, you can save it. Now, if you don't want to type all of the info again, but you want to put it in as a second option, you can see it says option 1 now. All you need to do is you can copy it and quickly make changes. So let's say you want to change the date to the 2nd, returning on the 9th, and your fare is now 3,500. I can go and change it to option 2. Yoch, that's a very high fare. Should be traveling in business class, I think, eh? Okay, so I've got option 1, option 2. If I want to add some accommodation, click on new. Again, select the client. Choose the client. Link it to whichever option I want to do it. Yes, sorry, Daniel just asked a question, or if you asked it a long time ago, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. But under the chat, Daniel just said, if you do a quote and now my screen just gone black. If you do a quote in Word and copy and paste, will the bold and underlined and font pull through in the free format to Frontdesk? The answer is no. Remember, this is when I go into that open field and I can go into the formatting, it will only do the formatting in there. So it'll purely pull through as a plain text. Unfortunately. No, Daniel, I'd love to. I'd love it to pull in the tables and all of that, but it doesn't. So it's up to you to go and use the formatting. Does that answer your question? No, I want to have a sad face too. Oops, Deirdre is very bad with her spelling today. Right, and the first one was 1st of August until the 9th of August. Ooh, sorry, my lion is wanting to eat something. I don't know what. I shall fight with her later. Sorry about that, sorry. She's Yorkies. You know Yorkies, they're just jappers. That's all they do. Okay. Right, so yeah, again, if I want to make it nice and bold, sorry, Daniel, you're going to have to use these formattings. Highlight and put it in. Okay. Ooh, why? Let me just reject that. I'm sorry. People clearly will like me for today. Right, so again, if I want to change the accommodation, remember we just changed the dates on that other dude. Simply do your changes. Yes, please. Oh, it's quite clever, this thing. Right. Yes, sorry, it is 8 nights. This thing is clever. Right. I'm not going to make 5 million lines for you. I'm not going to add car hire to packages, etc. It works on exactly the same thing. It's literally you, oopsie, you completing the screen. Please remember anything that's green is compulsory. So if you don't put it in, my system's going to moan and complain. It's as with all my other programs. So please put in the compulsory fields. Once you're done and you want to look at it, simply go. We'll talk about that just now. Click on print and view quote. And please, do you agree with me? This looks so much better. Okay, far more structured, and it neatly gives you a summary at the top of whichever options you had. So if you had 9 options, all 9 options would be appearing in here. Underneath, we have option 1, all the information that you've captured for option 1. We have option 2. And then at the very bottom, we have standard terms and conditions. Again, just reiterating, we've not made reservations, the prices can change, and it is, of course, subject to availability. So without you having to put it in, my system automatically put it in there for you. Okay. If you selected your name would be at the bottom and it would not be saying Quick Software Consultant. But I like the layout. I like the structure. I think it looks real neat compared to the free format one. All right. Now here, this advised client on the quote is really only after you've either spoken to the client or emailed the client and the client has responded. This is like your safety net. Just reminding everybody that you have advised your clients of the terms, the passports, the visas, the insurances, and my name. So you will tick all of this. And what it actually does is when you go and print the documentation, the system will say, listen here, we have actually advised you of the names and the passports, etc. So can you see here at the bottom? The quote changed slightly. All right. So if you want to, you can put that in beforehand. I normally only do it afterwards, after I've consulted with the client, but it's really up to you. So there's your information. Underneath comments, you can then go and add any general comments. Client wants sea-facing room, whatever it might be, whatever they've requested from you and you want to appear on this particular quote, quite simply go put it in comments. Please don't put in there you are a jerk, because he will read it when you view the quote. It will say that, listen, yeah, you're a jerk. Okay. Although they sometimes are such jerks, but in any event. Right, this is really a structured quote. Nothing weird, nothing wonderful. The other nice thing as well is it will give you a tally at the top of the number of line items that you have on a quote, as well as the total tally of every single individual line in it. All right, so please don't think that especially if you're using different options, please don't think that total is the total for a particular option. It is the total tally of the entire reservation. Any questions? Not even one. Right, so we have other buttons here. We have booking and we have contact. If you click on contact, it's just going to give you a link to that particular traveler's stuff. Somebody's asking a question. Somebody's having a conversation. Ignatius, sorry, I'm just going to quickly mute you. You can unmute yourself, my darling, as soon as you're done with your conversation on the phone, okay? Right, so the contact button will simply just quickly pop up your individual contact's details, and you can make changes if you need to, so like your ID or date of birth or whatever the case might be. Right, let's quickly save this because right now it's saying save. Back in my quotes register, you'll find all my quotes. And if I need to send this booking through to another client, and I don't want to type it all up, let's say it's a group and they want the individual stuff, remember that I can use my copy and paste functionality. All I need to do is, of course, go and change the passenger then. Okay. Once I've done my quotes, please keep in mind that I can go back and change the status. So if I need to change the status, because this is maybe now replaced with a new quote or something like that, I can go and change the status. And it's quite handy if you do change the status for the reporting. If management need to do reports to see how many quotes turned into bookings or how many times you've requoted, this status in here becomes very, very important. Okay, so please remember to change the status if you do make any change to existing quotes. If you don't use the copy-paste function, a lot of people prefer to keep the original quote and every change thereafter will be on its own new quote, like I've just done here by doing the copy-paste thing. And then this status on reporting will become quite important. If you think about it, if your management teams are doing reports based on productivity, etc., this status will become very, very important because that status will basically show the people that you had to do this quote 5 million times over. All right, so if you leave it to new, they're just going to think you're doing new quotes. They don't understand that you've actually worked very hard doing 5 gazillion options and changes for one old client. Right. Now from here, I can also go and I can tell the system that I want to do a booking. And all it's going to do, it's going to open up a brand new booking for me. Quite coincidentally, it's also booking number 4. And you will notice here that this is the link to the original quote, and it's picked up the destination for you as well as the source. So what it's done, it's tried to be a bit of an intelligent thing, gave you client details, and whatever it could copy from here, it basically copied through the system as well. All right. Now, with bookings, I get far more excited because it's not laborious. You don't have to capture everything by hand. If you have Galileo and you have got your MER files, or with Amadeus, your air files, you've got those print managers in place, what you can do is you can go and copy those stuff or import those stuff from Galileo or Amadeus in that respect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the quick cheat to import a booking, and then I'll go and show you the laborious task of doing it manually on a brand new booking. All right. In this particular instance, as I said, I've changed this quote. I'm just going to go and change this now and say it's now converted to a sale because you'll agree it's a sale. I've done a booking. Right. Back in my booking, I now want to go and import a Galileo PNR, and what is needed is the PNR reference. So I don't have Galileo on my set. Sorry, they won't allow me to have it because I haven't paid for it. But you will go and copy your Galileo PNR reference. And by doing so, all you're going to do is, once you've completed the header, simply in the box next to import, paste that Galileo PNR reference and tell the system that you want to import it. Now what the system is going to do is it's going to go look through the Galileo PNR folder and it's going to try and find all the matches for that particular PNR. And you can see that in the PNR folder I have quite a few. I've got 4 different ones for the same PNR. So I think what has happened is you've made a reservation in Galileo, laka. You went, you did a quote, you imported the PNR in here, like you did just now, and then of course client changed his mind, so we had to change the PNR again. We imported it back into QuickTrav again. So 4 times this has happened. So whoever did this per booking, I feel very sorry for them. They've been working very hard. Now you can either import all the files, so it'll literally go through every single PNR and pull all the options in, or you can tell the system that you only want to highlight a particular one. So the one that's highlighted is the PNR that the system will import for you. And then of course, if you don't want to see all the previous ones that you've imported, make sure that you select delete all previously imported information. Okay, once you're ready to go, simply click on import. And the system will say, hello, thank you, I've imported it for you, I like you a lot. And you can say, thank you, close for me. Right, now the minute you do that, my system goes and he's like, listen, dude, I don't know if this client's shopping around, but hello, I've got a duplicate booking right now. And it tells you, listen, duplicate booking for that exact same PNR, this is the booking number. Are you sure you want to use this? Okay, now straight from here, I can go and open it and it'll open booking number 3, or I can put a cancellation in here and number 3 will be changed to cancel. So I can decide, do I want to work on the old one or do I want to work on the new one, which is now booking number 4. So I'm just going to change this reason and I'm just going to say it was cancelled by my client. Simply click on OK, and immediately it tells you that the other booking is updated, and you will see the update when we go back into the booking register. Right now that quote register is in the background. So what happened? System, again, gave us a PNR reference. It now shows that we have 2 tickets with a value of 12,428 Rand, and underneath, whatever you had in Galileo, my system said, listen here, I will try and make it easier for you. I'll try and copy it in. And you can see here, we've got 2 passengers. Right, so let's go and see what this is all about. Double click. When you open it up, the system then has got all the information captured from Galileo. Now, as I said to you earlier on, it's nice and it allows you to capture and type up all the information. But why would you, if you can rather import? This is a heck of a lot of information that was captured by the system. And you can see here, it has the airline, every single passenger's details, along with a ticket. And if you had multiple fares, then of course you would have lots of fares in here. All right, underneath that would have been highlighted. We only have fare 1 now. If I entered any frequent flyer numbers, they would have appeared in there. I can also, at this stage, just go and enter the information straight in there. Right. Underneath, I have my flight segments, and you can see here, it says to you, segment 4 is the information pertaining to the flight. And you can see, so between 1 and 3, we probably had some land arrangements, which the system couldn't import because it wasn't linked, which we will have to do ourselves. Flight numbers, classes, routing, dates, departure, arrival times, domestic international status, all of this info was imported from Galileo. Now, if you didn't import, you would be responsible for capturing all of this information, and I would be like, shame. Good luck to you. All right. Doesn't stop you from doing it. If you want to do it, you will click on new. But I'm not going to go and type that up because I'll literally take this training session to 3 o'clock. I don't type too fast, and I definitely don't type accurate. Right, so this is now segment number 5, again with all my information, and you can see that my routing is linked to routing number 1, which will inevitably be fare number 1. Can you see? So fare 1, routing 1, routing 1 will show the actual fare, which will be for number 1, 3,790 with some airport taxes. If I had any airport taxes inclusive of that, it would have actually shown it in here, but it doesn't. Right, once you're done, click on save. And then the last thing is, if you've reserved any seats, you can go in here and tell the system the seating details. Okay. Once you've captured all the air ticket information, simply click on save. Just a quick note, you can put in some comments. So comments under the air tickets will be directly underneath the air ticket comments. So I'm going to type in oh, Deirdre, she can't spell today. You must feel sorry for me, hey? All right, so normal comments will appear directly underneath the air ticket section. If I want to do itinerary comments, cooks, dates. I can straight from here back into my main booking screen. I can go and add some accommodation car hire tour packages. Again, selecting the client, selecting the establishment, whether it's domestic or international. Let's say it's international because it was Munich. Room type, standard, bed type, king. I had no idea what those travel dates were. Good grief, 2017, guys. Sorry about that. We're going back in time. Quite cheeky now. It's like, no. Why did it allow the flight then to do? Right. Select your status. Is it a passive enter data? Is it unconfirmed? What have you done with it? Be careful again with your statuses. If you've not yet confirmed it, and this is just at the stage of you making sure it's there, safeguard yourself with your status. So I'm just going to say right now it's unconfirmed. And then, of course, the rate. Right. If you want to add on tour packages or cruises or others could be transfers, service fees. So if you want to add a service fee, it would be a other. It sounds a bit stupid, but it is a other. And your supplier would be Quick Software, and I see I haven't loaded it, so I'm not going to do that right now. Can I assume that you've all got Frontdesk already, or is it you just wanting to see? Can you just like pop me something in chat so that I know who's still interested in acquiring Frontdesk and who has Frontdesk? Have you all gone to sleep on me? Rona's got Frontdesk. Thanks, Rona. Who else has? Is this a dem for you? Everybody joining everybody else? Oh, you're just looking. That's fine, Mariette. Hello, Mariette. All right, cool. No, that's fine. You're most welcome to have a look. All right. You can straight from here, if you don't want to type in, we do our quotes on QuickTrav. Rona, where do you do your, where on QuickTrav do you do your, oh, on here. You're welcome to unmute yourself if you want to. Hey, nobody's going to say anything. I'm definitely not going to mind. Oh, okay. Thanks, Rona. Okay. Please remember that I can copy and paste. So if I want to change this accommodation, I can. Okay, so let's say this wasn't the 18th of September. I'm doing something beforehand. Right. If I need to change this to have it in a date order, I can tell the system to move it up. I don't know if you saw, but it moved up. So I can go up or down, and it'll literally change it for me in here underneath my land arrangements. Quite handy if you need to. Yes, copy and paste. Also, if I've made a mistake and I need to delete and I don't want it anymore, I can simply click on delete. Right. As with the quotes and the bookings, we can advise clients terms, passports, visas, insurance, my name, and booking number. So whatever you activate in here will actually physically then appear on your booking confirmation. Right, so now you've done all the hard work. You now ideally would like to see some documents. Now, if you click on documents, we have quite a few options here. Some of them will not be used, such as your ticket covers and those kind of things. In the good old days, we used to print them. We don't anymore. But we would be interested in a booking confirmation and then, of course, a full itinerary. Now, the question begs, when am I sending a confirmation and when am I sending a full itinerary? Quite easily, booking confirmations is when you've just made the reservation. Your full itinerary would be part of your travel pack once you've issued the tickets, etc. Right. In your booking confirmation screen, where you now have to select the style, you can go and select whether it's a leisure, a corporate, in-house, or whatever it might be. And it does change the style slightly. Not too much, but leisure will be a bit more informal, so it won't be as structured. Go and see which one you like. If you have a corporate policy in place, then obviously stick to whatever your office is wanting from you, but select that. Also, very important, between domestic and international, if you want the system to make any mention of visas and passports, etc., then you need to select it on international. Otherwise, my system is not going to talk about visas and passports and all of those stuff. Right, so be very careful with what you select. And then, if I print it right now, you will see it's much shorter. And we'll talk about, I'll come back to all of these so that you can see whether you like it. Right, so right now, why it's saying it's a provisional booking confirmation? Because I haven't changed the status on this particular transaction. You can see the booking details. It has the P&R details for you. Gives you a passenger's detail as well as her frequent flyer number. Remember, I entered that earlier on. The client's details, contact details, and then, of course, a summary. Quickly giving the clients a summary. Sorry, dude, this is how much it's going to cost you. And then underneath, you will have your various land arrangements and flights. Now, remember, underneath comments, I had a comment for the air tickets. So if I put a comment directly underneath the air tickets and it's not an itinerary comment, this is where it will appear. Otherwise, the itinerary comment, I'm trying to look for it right now. I'm not seeing it. I think I'm going blind. Why am I not seeing my itinerary comment? I'm going to have to find that okay for you. I'll get back to you on that. I'm wondering if I'm just not blind or not seeing it, but I don't see it yet, so I'm assuming it's not yet. Sorry about that. Okay, dokes, let's go back. So you can see this is very quick, very short. It just tells you that, listen here, you need terms and conditions, passport requirements, visa requirements, insurances, whatever. So it really just says to you, I've told you. It doesn't give you the breakdown that you might want to need. So if you want more information, what you will do is in Frontdesk, go back, do the booking confirmation again. And now, if you want to add your standard terms and conditions, I'm not going to look at the top because it looks exactly the same. I've really given you a whole encyclopedia, I could say, of standard terms and conditions. All right. Now, these standard terms and conditions is automatically loaded in your system. If you don't like these and you want to change it to whatever you want, or you want to put extra things in there, maybe now with the refunds that takes up to 3 years or anything like that. If you need to change these standard conditions, you are able to contact us and we can change them for you. So every agency can have their own unique ones. All right, let's go add some more. And you can see the list will just get longer and longer and longer. If I now decide to do a client booking confirmation, again, there's the standard terms and conditions. And now I have a nice booking confirmation. And this thing is basically saying, listen here, thank you very much, but yes, the flights are 100% correct. Tick, yes. I do know that I'm supposed to have insurance, but I didn't want it, so I declined it. And when your client signs this, and I would actually add this into every single booking, if your client signs this and he goes at a butt and he breaks his leg and now suddenly wants to sue you because you never offered him insurance, if you have this nice form signed by the client just before you released your documents and he comes back, you can just say, listen here, dude, here's your document. You signed for it. I'm sorry you broke your leg, but you're going to have to pay out of pocket. Okay. I really like client booking confirmation. I can see the benefit of it, and it's always handy to have it on file. Right. We also have something else. Although it's handy because it has the bank details on, we shouldn't really be having client credit card authorization forms. This spilled over from the past 18 years worth of development, so it's still in there. Yeah, it's a debatable topic. I don't like it. I don't think clients should be filling things in like this. I know there's still some agencies making use of it, so if you are making use of it, let me know. But this is a credit card payment authorization form where your client will fill in all the information and details. That does not mean you have a triple CF. It really just means you've got the client's information. So I don't know if it's enough. Let me know in chats. I still think we need more than this. This form is not going to suffice. I don't think the bank is going to be happy because it wants an imprint, especially for credit card fraud. So just have a look out. Personal opinion. If you disagree, let me know. But yeah, I don't think this is going to suffice. It is there, however. If you don't want it, just make sure that you untick it or make sure that it's not on by default. Then the last one is a client indemnity form. And it's really just a small little form saying, thank you, people who have offered me Forex and travel insurances. I didn't want it. I want it. I know, God. Hi, Swanee, you here. Yay! Sorry, guys. Yay, I didn't even notice she's here. I'm so happy now. Thank you, Swanee. Yeah, it is a concern for the PCI, definitely. Okay. Me getting back onto form in the indemnity form. Right. This is another form where it's basically just say, I've been advised that I need it, I don't want it, whatever the case might be. You could use that as well over and above the booking form. It's both handy things. It's both safeguarding you from your clients coming back and saying, I didn't need a visa or whatever the case, or they always tell you, I've got a passport, and then the thing is expired and then suddenly they have to travel on a South African one. There's always lots of stories. I think you can probably tell me a few. Hair-raising scenarios, but you do have the indemnity form as well that you can have a look at. Any questions about the booking form? I want to tell you something else, but I don't have the document, so I'll have to send you a love letter afterwards. Can you see at the bottom we have something that says attach other documents, email only? Do you know that if you have these documents in place, you could quite possibly send the client the visa application form? That would be nifty, wouldn't it, if it goes on one particular email, all these as attachments? All right, what you can do is you can go and save all the visa forms. It's up to you to keep them updated. Please don't tell us our stuff is outdated. This is a manual thing from your side, but you can go and save all the visa forms in a particular folder on your server, and your consultants can access it from there. So if you want to add visa application forms or maybe the checklist or anything like that, if you want to attach it, this little button right here will allow you to do that, but it will only be on emails. Okay, I unfortunately, as I said, this is a brand new installation. I don't have it, but if you want to, pop me a message in chat and we'll send you a document on how to do that. Okay, I promise I'll read chats. I know Swan is here, so she's my wing chick as well. Okie dokes. So this is all our booking confirmations. As I said, it's nice, it's structured. It has all the legal things that you might need from it. Again, if you don't like our wording on any of our documentation and you want to personalize it, pop us a mail. We can definitely do it. I know we've done it for Mariette at their agency, so we can do that for you. Okie dokes. So now back into the booking. Other kinds of documents, as I said, is ticket covers and car hire covers and document covers and all of that. And I'll show you what it looks like. But I mean, we really don't print those things anymore. Holy cow, is this thing going to show me? See? Oh my word, it does. Can you see? It used to be nice when we had those old 4 coupon tickets that we had to tear out the coupons that was unused, but this, we don't need this anymore with everything going electronically. Again, this is some of the leftover stuff from development for the past 18 years. What you would be interested, of course, is once you've issued all the documents and you've changed all your statuses from passive or unconfirmed to confirmed, once you've done all that hard work, when you go in, you would be interested in a full itinerary. And this is what your full itinerary looks like. Now, the nice thing is you don't need to have all your flights, land arrangements, etc. in a chronological date order. My system will take out the heartache and it'll actually throw it in a date order for you. And as you can see here, we've done this flight in 2017, way back when already. And it actually put it right at the top, with 11:15 being our first departure and 14:13 being our second. And this is really what it looks like. It's a short document. It really just contains the actual travel information. You won't find any words here about visas or booking. Oh, there it is. I'm stupid because the itinerary wasn't a booking, Tswani, and you said nothing. Tswani. Yeah, see. All right. Hello, if it says itinerary section comment, then guys, it's in the itinerary. Okay, so don't be like me, don't be blonde, be better, okay? Right, here's itinerary, short, to the point, quickly giving you arrival info for Owatambo, Cape Town and Durban. It's those 3 ports that have customs control so that people can get in and out of the country. So it's only those we did. We did not do Wonderboom, sorry. Wonderboom, remember, is private. So unless you've got connections, you won't normally see them. Right. Any questions? Guys, you've been very quiet. I'm getting worried. Are you all asleep? Listen, I'm going to unmute your mics now. And if I hear snoring, there's a problem. Okay, Rona's awake. Thank you, Rona. Yay! Oh, there's another one. Thank you so much. I was worried there. I was like, oh my word, Deirdre, you're so boring. People just fell asleep on you. I was like, oh, hot. They're going to take me off the training. Okie dokes. Any questions pertaining to the capturing of quotes or bookings? I'll show you something now that I like as well, which is the visa application form. It's just a nice document that you can attach or give to your passengers if they need to go and apply for a visa, because nowadays they all have to apply in person, isn't it? Is it still the case? Mariette's awake. Okay, thanks, Mariette. If you need to send your client for a visa, this visa application form is quite cute because it really, hi Daniel, it really just quickly creates a form for you, and you can say, attention whoever, if you know the person at the Italian embassy, then by all means just put a name in. Please don't do what I do. You obviously have a better vocab than I have, so you can put whatever comments in there. But this is what the visa letter looks like. So it's really just saying visa application with your letterhead, telling you which embassy, attention whoever you spoke to. This is the booking number, the passengers, the flight details, so that people can know how they're going to get in and out of the country, and then just small little things that you want to say. If you had any other things to put in, obviously, and you wanted to say it was a Contiki tour, don't say help, please go and say Contiki tour, whatever. You copy and paste up as much as you want, but it's a nice letter that you can put into your visa pack for your clients, and it looks nice and professional. Yeah, and it just makes them feel a bit better. Whether they get the visa, well, that's another story for another day. And then the last thing we have here is the frequent traveler application form. Now again, this is leftovers from development since 19 Futsak, before Noah's Ark. but it can also create or generate a form for you for a frequent travel application form. But we do those things online now. In the good old days, we sent faxes and all of those nonsense. This would have done it for you. I'm not going to go in there. If you have the program, go and have a look at it. For me, yeah, I'm not going to even look at that. All right. Any questions? Anything I didn't cover in bookings or quotes? All good. Thanks, Rona. Right. Please, guys, once you're done, remember to save. Again, the most important thing for you to remember is when you do these quotes, and of course when you do the bookings, please remember to change the status in here. I know I've said this like a million times already, but if your company is going to track your productivity, and you know they always have 5,000 stories, or if you perhaps are the manager and you want to track it, please enforce this status thing that we have on your quotes and bookings so that we can see, was it converted, was it not converted? It is a very, very handy tool. And it also safeguards you. So if somebody's saying, you're sitting there doing nothing all day, you can be like, no, dude, go and have a look at the number of quotes I've done and go and look at the status, and that should give you an indication. All right. Quotes register and, of course, bookings register. So you'll find it in here, and straight from here you can open up. You can change the status, so it's final on your itinerary. Please remember, if you then print your itinerary, it will say, sorry, it was on the booking confirmation, I'm blonde. If you're on your booking confirmation and the client's like, I want this, then you can see it does not say provisional anymore. It will now say booking confirmation. All right, so all the little settings you choose will make small minor changes on your actual bookings and quotes for you. I know it feels like a lot to go in and change all this stuff. It does become cumbersome. I know you guys are going to have lots and lots to do as soon as this stupid COVID thing is over. But yeah, just try and keep that in mind. Right. Now, the last thing I want to quickly do with you is, I don't know if you know that you can link bookings. So you've got 3 families. They all want their own itineraries. They don't want to be on one itinerary, or maybe you didn't want to put them on one itinerary. You can go and link bookings. And to do that, you're going to go to New, select the booking. Let's use that one. And that one. Once you do this and you've selected all the passengers, if you now print documents, oh, I've got the indemnity form on, forgive me. Once you do that, can you see that it's now combined all the passengers for you onto this particular booking confirmation? So it's quite nice, quite handy. So if you did do them separately and now they're all traveling together and they want one combined one, this will do it for you. Okay. Any questions? If you do not have any questions, then I'm going to have to go now. So if you want to talk nonsense, you better start talking now. Otherwise, you're going to hear my droning voice at 2 again. I'm so sorry. Oh, you did? Wow, thank you, Rona. I'm glad you learned something, because I was like, oh, these people are falling asleep. They've known they can teach me a thing or two. Okay, dokes, guys. I will then see you at 2 o'clock for those of you who want to look at the SMSing and mass emails. I will show you that at 2. And I will probably just double check and make sure that you know where to set up destination sources and those kind of things. And yes, you guys would like to have recordings. I wonder if I was recording. I will check. Daniel, I promise you, if I was recording this, we will upload it onto Facebook. Not Facebook, sorry. Well, we'll give you a link on Facebook, but onto YouTube. Please just bear in mind, we've got 3 training sessions, so we're training. We still have to edit and all of that. It will get there. I promise you, my baby. It will get there. It's taking some time. Okay. Guys, once again, I do want to apologize again. I did break Swanee's session. She was supposed to do this. But I do want to Thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. And I promise, hopefully, I'm not going to break it again at 2. Do take care, and see those of you who signed up for the 2 o'clock session at 2. Go have a cup of tea, and we'll chat again on the next session. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Pleasure. Take care.
You too.
Thanks.